fear all around. Everybody's angry.
Mr. President, can you tell us, sir, Donald Trump refers to himself as a political prisoner and blames you directly. What's your response to that, sir?
People, it doesn't matter how or what you feel about Donald Trump, but if you're a true student of the Constitution, if you're a student of law, even if you have a moral standard of justice, all of America ought to be afraid right now for that man to be convicted without the right to adequately defend himself from charges that weren't even stated. We've lost our republic. Our Constitution is dead. And everyone else in America, we ought to be afraid for ourselves. It's not a good thing. And for those that think it is, that's the enemy.
Yes, that is not all. The view celebrate Trump convictions. I got so excited. I started leaking. I don't know if you have seen this. Extremely disgusting. Take a look at this.
Wing press, you can actually hear the smiles through the reporting.
Donald John Trump.
Don't choke.
Is a convicted felon.
You can hear the smiles.
My watch started to buzz, and I got so excited I started leaking a little bit. Is this really happening? And I was schizophrenic because part of me was like, yay! And part of me was like, you know what? This is really serious. Yay! This is really serious. Now, this is a man, yay!
I didn't feel somber. I felt like the Knicks won the tournament. I felt like America won.
Yep.
I felt like New York won. I felt like the Manhattan DA's office won. I felt like I won.
I'm sorry, this is left-wing fantasy land.
Yes, I want to ask, is this legal? There is something Laura sent out on Twitter. How is this even legal? That means Madam DA is leaking. According to this tweet, host of The View, Sonia Austin, says she spoke to someone from the Manhattan DA's office this morning and they are likely to recommend a 1-year prison sentence for Trump, so he has to serve his sentence in Rikers Island. Audience cheer. Had to even watch this. Truly sickening. This is concerning. If she can say this, then you will understand exactly how. Take a look at this video.
Judge Merchan has, I think he has really done a good job in terms of keeping that courtroom together. Yes. I spent this morning speaking to someone from the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. They're called street fighters. He believes that they will recommend a 1-year term in prison. And that is because when you spend a year in prison in New York or under, you serve in Rikers Island. Okay? Also, I did some research.
Right.
The other thing I'd like to say is the other reason that they will do this is because he has shown an utter disregard for our institutions. Yes. And prosecutors, when you are recommending a sentence, you are not just recommending a sentence so that they can be rehabilitated or so that they can be punished. You're sending a message to the community that this is not going to happen again. Right. This is not okay. The other thing I want to say is that there's another thing that they will likely recommend is a 6-month split. 6 months at Rikers, and then the rest, 5 years, 4.5 years of probation. That is under the New York law.
Yes, I believe you've seen this. It therefore means they are leaking out information. If Sonny Austin can tell you, I spoke to this person, they say this is what they will do. I'm just waiting for that day to see if this will happen. That will clearly tell you the nature and how this will behave. Watching this clip recently from John Voight, which I'm going to play it before we even go into that, CNN legal guru says Trump New York prosecutors contorted the law. The case was unjustified mess. We have seen that and we have talked about that. Take a look at this video.
Fear all around. Everybody's angry. What's going on with this planet? We're allowing this sick President Biden to give permission for all steal, cheat, lie, and no one is paying the ultimate price for this? We must stop these animals. We must stand up now and make a choice for righteousness, because this is a critical time. So this is what we must all do. We must vote for truths, trust, honor, safety, love, respect, and we must destroy these animals. My fellow Americans, I witness these crimes on social media, the news. I'm here to testify for truths and for honor. The man who has this country's best interest, Donald J. Trump, he's the only one who can save our country from destruction. We're losing loved ones every day from the criminals walking our streets. We must wake up and stop this crime. These false accusations that have been put upon Trump's life to try to destroy his chances of getting elected, these judges, they are the corruption of this society's morals. They are taking down our safety, allowing our streets to be full of horror, and they are consumed with deceit. My words are for all to hear, that the power of what once ruled the land of the free, the forefathers that fought with blood, sweat, and tears for the people, for their freedom, for the safety of their loved ones, is now destroyed by the left's greed, deception, power, and darkness. But now, with the power of God and all of us, let us bring back the glory of the People's Declaration.
Yes, he said it all. You saw the beginning of this clip where a question surfaced to Biden about what happened. His response tells you everything you need to know. He was extremely happy. He smiles and went out. Trump campaign did a good job and reminded people to see, oh, Trump is a political prisoner. And you are extremely happy about it because it's a political hit, which a lot of people call out. You say, oh, it's a dangerous lie for somebody saying that, oh, it was real. Biden doesn't want to hear that. They clearly know what they're doing, but it will backfire to a certain level. I want to say this to my subscribers. If you have been following me for some time, you should understand my take when it concerns to certain issues like this. I did a video about this conviction. I was actually pissed off. I was angry. You know, when I dropped that clip, I saw some reactions. People are not happy. You know, like my new subscriber, they never knew my take when it pertained to certain issues, because sometimes I report just the news. You have watched my 3 recent uploads. You should obviously know where I stand when this is concerned. So if you are subscribing to this channel, be able to withstand this on both sides. Yeah, don't just subscribe because you think I'll report the news. You should be able to know my takes on certain issues. I don't want to do that. I'm not a robot. So I'm begging on you, when you see my notification, click in and share out the videos, because I try as much as possible to bring valuable information into some of these issues.
All right, well, I guess you heard the news. That's right. In New York, a jury of his peers found Donald Trump guilty on 34 counts. He's pretty distraught and pissed off these days, but I got to say, Don, if there was a silver lining to this. And their big talking point today is, if they do it to me, this could happen to anyone.